Welcome to episode 1 of I Accidentally Married a Filipina. My name is Rob. Dating times are tough in the United States. It is a literal jungle out there. I don't want to disparage my countrywomen by any means, but I also want to be honest about my dating pool experience in the United States and what was available to me at that time period. But first, a little bit about me. At the time of the start of this story, I was 55 years old, employed, father of one 20-something-year-old who had a job and was in college. My time was mostly taken up by my teaching job, which has fantastic hours, and then coming home to research how I wanted to start preparing for my retirement. I dated here and there, but was finding my dating pool to be very shallow. I'm a regular-looking guy. I've been athletic my whole life and have stayed in shape and regularly would get mistaken for being a decade or more younger than I am. My only debt at the time was a mortgage that was nearly paid off, and I had an almost perfect credit score. Even my dog and my daughter found me fun to be around, and all I was hoping to find in a female was someone in my age group that could match my qualities at least a 75% scale or more. I searched and searched, but it seemed impossible to find what I perceived to be my realistic minimum expectations for a date. My possible dating options generally still had school-aged children in the home, or they had no job, or they had no transportation, or they weren't able to walk around the park without having to stop and take a breather, or some combination of the aforementioned. Furthermore, they hate their exes but communicate with them frequently. They were also saving up for their next sleeve tattoo and wanted me to remember their pronouns and the pronouns of their children. As it appeared, I would not date anyone who wanted to date me. Eventually, I gave up. Literally every Saturday, I would stop at the carryout and pick up a six-pack and sit at home and drink beer and watch either car shows or Alaska shows. This went on for about 2 years, and my daughter would come over every Sunday and watch the TLC show 90 Day Fiancé with me. What a train wreck that show still is. It became even more of a train wreck when one Saturday I brought home 2 six-packs, watched a 90 Day Fiancé marathon, and I woke up Sunday with a headache and 275 notifications from women all across the globe from an international dating site that allowed drunk, lonely American men to sign up and pay the fee for a 30-day membership. I was horrified at first, but I decided to make the best of it and scroll through a few profiles. I then made the decision to wade through the 275 messages I had received on my drunken profile creation. I hadn't even filled it out completely, so I went back and decided to be 100% serious and honest about my life and my expectations for a relationship. I'm previously married and had decided not to play any games whatsoever, and maybe, if I'm lucky, lightning would strike and I would find a suitable companion. I entered my true weight and height, as well as posting unfiltered pictures of myself in regular clothes, full body length, doing nothing to hide my imperfections. I stated that I was looking for a long-term relationship leading to marriage, and I wasn't looking for anyone raising children, as I had already lived that portion of my life. Then it came to put what I wanted in a possible match. I came up with female, petite, height, weight appropriate, no young kids, 35 to 50 years old, English speaking, employed, willing to work, willing to relocate to the U.S., willing to be partners in love and finances. I didn't want to limit myself by picking certain countries or skin tones or hairstyles, etc. Once I finished this task, I felt that I was being fair and dove into the first message, and then the next 274 were waiting. This was a daunting task that was going to take a few hours, so I devised a system. I was going to stick to my expectations to see if they really read my profile or were just hitting every new profile looking to scam the new guy. My first stop was to look at their profile picture to see if they were at least reasonably average or more. If so, I would read their profile. If I was way out of their age bracket or they were way out of mine, delete. If they have small children at home or were separated, delete. No job or career, delete. If they passed that first step, I would read their message carefully. I know making the first move is difficult, so if they made a reasonable effort to get my attention, I would write back a quick message referencing something in their profile to let them know I had read their profile. I messaged back very quickly those in opposite time zones. I would have to wait 12 hours for a reply for those in opposite time zones. By the end of the day, I had narrowed some choices down to about 40 profiles that emailed me back and appeared interested. I thought I was on the right path and would have my future wife picked out within the first week. That is until I woke up for work Monday to a great big shock.